Here's my ranking of every Paul Thomas Anderson feature film from worst to best, sorry not sorry. Might get some heat for this, but coming in last, I have to give that to Magnolia. I love Tom Cruise in this movie, and the ensemble cast is amazing, but I think melodramatic moments and how bloated it is make it dead last for me. Next, I've got to go with Punch Drunk Love. I know people love this movie, but this one kind of left me with a shrug, even though I loved seeing Adam Sandler in a dramatic role. I actually love Hard Eight for the relationship between Philip Baker Hall and Philip Seymour Hoffman, but even though it forecasts a lot of Paul Thomas Anderson's amazing creative choices, Hard Eight is not quite as memorable as a lot of his other films. Next, I'm going to rank Inherent Vice. This really disappointed me when I first saw it, but rewatching it has made me like it a lot. I love Thomas Pynchon, I love Joaquin Phoenix, I love Joanna Newsom, but I do think Joanna Newsom's narration actually hurt this story. And at the end of the day, I just don't think you can adapt Thomas Pynchon to film. Next, I'm going to give it to Licorice Pizza. I loved the simplicity of this film, focusing on just two characters. I think Paul Thomas Anderson is really refining his style. And the only reason it isn't higher is it felt like some of the moments were a little bit unmotivated. And the scene with the offensive accent, frankly, just completely took me out of the film, whether or not it was inspired by true events. Coming up next is Boogie Nights. This is a nearly perfect film. I think that the ensemble cast is just absolutely perfect, and there's not a single wasted moment. Also, I think it's Paul Thomas Anderson's best exploration of unconventional family relationships. There Will Be Blood is an absolute masterpiece. Daniel Day-Lewis's performance carries this film, but the thematic backdrop of capitalist greed versus religion I thought was really well expressed without feeling like it was being telegraphed in my face. It might surprise people that I actually like Phantom Thread more than There Will Be Blood, but I just thought that it was a lot more clear and concise. It's all but the essentials, and I personally prefer the simplicity and restraint over how sensational There Will Be Blood is. I was also going through a breakup when I saw this, so that's probably relevant. And lastly, I've got to give it to The Master. I think that this is one of the best films of all time. In this film, I think every skill that Paul Thomas Anderson has as a filmmaker was just perfectly dialed in. The characters are so well written, the cinematography is amazing, the performances are amazing, and I get the feeling that at the same time it's very symbolically dense, but also means absolutely nothing beyond what the characters are doing. Now I'm calling on you. What's your ranking of Paul Thomas Anderson's films?